What's going on YouTube today? I'm going to be showing how to quote a larger job. And sorry if my dog's, she has a squeaky toy in the background, but I'm trying to muffle it out as best as I can. She's having a good time. But let's get started. So I have my business name up top, my quote number, and then I have my date. This is just an example. I have my email address to customer blank. I usually put their address. I usually put my business phone number underneath. And I have the customer name, ID, address. And I have them sign this on the bottom. So it says to accept this quotation, sign here and return. And then I sign it as well, make 2 copies, give it to the customer, and that's that. So this job entails, I'm going to redo all this, but this basically entails quite a bit of stuff, including pro press valves, socket weld fittings. God, Gracie, shh. Sorry, but I'm just trying to do this just with the computer, so it makes it a little easier. So here I have some socket weld fittings. These are 3/4 inch carbon steel forged for steam socket welds. And you can also get these in the threaded as well. This is 3,000 pound carbon steel forged, 90-degree elbow, 3/4 inch. They go all the way up to, I believe, 3 inch, but I'm just using 3/4 inch. So that's $9.17 each. And I'm going to need, I calculated about 10 of them. So go back to the Word document. I'm going to lay out everything real nice and neat. So 10 of them, I'm going to just factor in times 12, $10 each, 3/4 inch socket weld, 90-degree fitting. And I'm just going to put it at $20 per fitting, just because of the markup. I always mark up about double, just because it takes gas to get the material. It takes time to get the material. So 20 times 12, it's $240. Hopefully I'll be able to document this job and show a little bit with my new camera that I got. I can show basically exactly what I'm doing and in the field more stuff. I hope you guys enjoy that. And so that's just part of it. And then this is a good website I use. This is just a local dealer near me that deals in pipe and stuff. So then I'm going to need carbon steel forged union. And I'm probably going to have socket weld again. So 3/4 inch. This is just so I can break it apart easily in case I need to service it. So $14.49 each. I'm going to need about 4 of those. So 3/4 inch socket weld union. And that is $30 each. So $120. And then I'm going to need, this is just for some boiler work, and then I'm going to need a bunch of pro press fittings. So I like Menards because that's actually a little cheaper and it's similar quality. My dog's just tearing apart her toy right now. But so this is about 3/4 inch lead-free brass ball valve, $15. I'm going to need 3/4 inch pro press ball valve. I'm going to need about 10 of those times 10. And those were $15 each. So 30, 300. This is going to be a pretty expensive job, honestly, but it's a lot of work. 300. I need some pipe, 3/4 inch pipe. And you can, a lot of this stuff you can pick up in person. And if you have a contractor's card or whatever, it makes it a lot easier. You save a lot of money. You save a lot of time, and you can pick it up before even having to look at it. You can pick it up ahead of time, and they can have it set aside for you. So I'm going to get type L copper pipe. And this I'm only going to mark up a buck or two because this is pretty standard. So type L copper straight pipe. I'm going to probably get 10 feet of it. So that's 30. I'm just going to call it 40. And I'm going to get times 2 of those. 3/4 inch copper pipe type L. And that's, I'll just say $80. And then I'm also they need some structural mobile welding on their one of their Bobcats, or I guess it's kind of a skid steer. So I was looking at getting some channel. So I was looking at getting some A36 steel channel, 6 feet long, because I'm going to cut it in half for 3 feet just to brace it. So 71, let's call that 75 each, times 2. Gracie, shh, jeez. So steel channel. I'm just going to call that 80 actually, 80. So times 2 would be 160. And I'm guessing this labor is going to be quite intensive. So I'm going to put 10 hours of labor because I already marked up the prices. And I usually charge $100 an hour. So that would be $1,000 an hour. I mean, $1,000 total. And then, so let's add all this up. 240 plus 120 plus 3 plus 160 times 0.05 for sales tax. So that was $1,900 plus the $95. I'm just going to call that $2,000. And this is a decent amount of labor and everything. But with the right tools and stuff, it should probably take me 8 to 10 hours, which is fair because I'm marking up the materials and I'm marking up everything. So $2,000 for 10 hours worth of labor. It's a day's work. That ain't so bad. And I use a lot of these types of websites to find this kind of stuff. Just redoing some piping. And I like the socket welds because they last a lot longer than threaded connections. You can do threaded. It's probably cheaper, but that's just what I prefer to do. Just my personal opinion, but that's just me. So, hold on, my dog has pulled out the squeaker of this damn toy. Hold on. Gracie, no. My dog's just crazy when it comes to toys. But, so, yeah, this job is pretty, it's not huge, but it's big enough where it requires a lot of time and effort into thinking about this kind of stuff. And I just have $100 minimum because of the fact that it's not worth my time if I would do any of this for any cheaper. And I usually require materials down for sure. So I would require all the materials down up front, guaranteed no matter what. So then they have some skin in the game. That's about half the cost. And then I have them pay me upon, completion of the job for the labor. So then I'm pretty much good to go with that. So for these bigger jobs, sometimes I'm trying to get into more boiler work with welding and stuff, and just doing all these more HVAC, plumbing work along with my structural welding. So the structural welding itself on this job is fairly simple, but the hardest part is going to be the repiping of this stuff. And I think I should probably add a check valve in there, but this is just, like I said, an example of what I'm going to be doing. This is exactly how I quote them. I always mark up the materials. I always mark up everything because it takes, like I said, it takes gas to get to and gas is so expensive nowadays. It takes gas to get to Menards. It takes gas to get to Ferguson to pick up the stuff. It takes, gas to get all these places to pick up the material. And luckily I have a big truck so I can handle picking up that stuff. But it still takes, gas, time, and everything. So that is why I mark up this stuff the way I do. And $100 an hour is standard for my area. Spoke to other mobile welders, plumbers, and stuff like that. And usually they charge even more, like $150 an hour, but they're larger companies with a lot more overhead and everything. So that is a little different. But basically, $100 an hour minimum is standard for me with a 2-hour minimum. So no matter what, I'm making $200 off per job just for labor, plus the parts markup and all that other stuff. So yeah, this is just a fairly simple example, but this is just the layout I like to use. It's right off Microsoft Word. You can have your little logo up in the top left-hand corner. You can make it look real professional. You print this off, give it to the customer, make a couple copies, sign them, and then you have a paper trail. When they give you a deposit, you can put that down, and you can just pretty much, then you have a paper trail and you are covering your own ass. So that's very important in business. And so that's my suggestion. This is just a little video on how I quote stuff. And with that being said, I'm out.